From the shores of Malibu where the waves are pumping, to the Great Wall of China, and back to the streets of Anaheim, California, where UFC 270 is coming. We are live. This is It's Time Radio, the show where we talk about what you think about but may be afraid to voice. Do not worry, we'll voice it for you. It's No Holds Barred Radio, folks, and it's going to be proven on today's show with our guests, obviously TJ Santis, my producer and co-host, and the wonderful, the sensual, the ever outspoken Sammy Phillips. She's back co-hosting again. And our special guest, no offense, Sammy, our special guest is the Penthouse Pet of the Year, a woman who has been in the modeling business and really making waves all over, from catalog modeling, Playboy modeling, Penthouse modeling, to the AVN Awards, where she'll be receiving her awards for her breaking out entry into the adult film business. There's a lot to talk about. It's going to be an interesting show. Guys, get ready, because there's a lot of beauty on the show, and it's not me and it's not TJ. So here we are.
Hey.
Hi, Kenzie Anne. Hi, Sammy Phillips. Hi, TJ.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Thanks for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Oh, Bruce, I've been so excited to get on here with you. Nothing like more bright lights after other bright lights on my face.
That's it. Yeah. Well, speaking of bright lights, I know you were rushing. I mean, were you filming today? What was your day like today? Because you had to rush and.
Yeah, today I started out with the VR scene. My call time was 8 a.m. I had to rush to get to a specific testing facility. We do COVID testing for all of our sets. So they close at 5. We wrapped at 4:30. And it's like a 25-minute drive to the place I have to go to. So I'm like rushing there, and then haven't ate. So I just like got a veggie burger on my way home, and I'm here on time, and I'm very proud of it.
I'm proud of it too. But burgers, huh? So do you have a special diet? Do you follow anything special to stay as beautiful as you are?
I would say I have pretty good self-control for the most part. So I actually like to follow what my body's craving. I tried like pescatarianism, if that's the correct term for that.
Yeah.
But I think like our bodies kind of crave what we need. When I was not eating enough meat, my body wanted sugar. And it's like, because I needed more energy, protein. I mean, I'm not a dietitian, but I'm pretty sure that's what it meant. It needed more energy. So. Absolutely.
It's important. Everything is 75% what you put in your body and 25% how you work out. Absolutely. One thing I as we go over that, today you were on set. Now, you started as a catalog model. Mm-hmm. You went on to go into Playboy. Mm-hmm. And within a very short period of time, like less than 2 years, if not a year, you got involved with Penthouse and Sammy Phillips, and now you're the Pet of the Year, which was just announced this Monday. Congratulations, by the way, on that. I know I should
have worn my necklace, but it was the shower, and I took 2 showers.
Probably 3.
Yeah, no. I was in a latex like cat suit from head to toe, so I was like dripping. My body sweat was coming out my pant leg, like dripping onto the floor.
She's cutting weight, Buffer. She can probably fight at UFC 270.
Yeah, probably so. So, Kenzie, were you doing an actual model shoot today, or were you doing an adult scene? Because one thing I want to tell the audience, you ventured into the adult film industry business. This has been, again, a big, fast start for you, because on Saturday you're going to the AVN Awards, which you've been nominated, if not already received awards. Mm-hmm. So you've been on quite a trek this last couple of years.
I actually had to give myself a little pep talk in December, because I was kind of having these just, more, I don't know. I'm not a very anxious person, but I was having these anxious thoughts, and I was like, you know what? You changed so much in the last 2 years. Like I actually had a dream about this. I was talking to myself in my dream, and I told myself that I have to cut myself more slack, because I changed so many things, and so much it's been a constant climb, which I'm so thankful for. Sam, your cat.
Sorry about my cat's ass. If anybody's actually watching this on YouTube and not listening on the myriad of various platforms for podcasts, then you will see the beauty of Kenzie Anne and Bruce, TJ, myself, but you'll also get to see my cat's ass.
Oh, there's the big one.
And is that a Christmas tree too? Like, Sam, what are you doing? It's like January.
Okay, we get into that when Kenzie Anne is done. I knew you were going to pick on me. I'm like, should I turn my tree on, or should I pretend it's not in the background? You're going to know. Fuck it. Be proud, be loud. But we'll get to that in a minute. But let me say one thing about Kenzie Anne really quick. She fucking swept the XBiz Awards just recently. Every award that she was nominated for, including Best Newcomer. I think they call it Newcomer.
Yeah.
The XBiz is.
Not to coin a pun. Go ahead.
Yes. Pun intended.
Yeah.
So, and she won Pet of the Year title over a substantial pool of performers and women and mainstream girls and adult girls and superstars and all of them. Like, Kenzie Anne is on fire. And the funny thing is, when she came to us at Penthouse, we sometimes, very rare, most times we produce the Pet of the Month shoots ourselves. We have the best photographer, makeup artist, myself, I produce it. We have a whole team. My bosses are there. It's a whole big, like, class A production. Occasionally, we end up buying a photo set from a photographer on a pet when the case arises, whenever that happens to be, which is great.
Happens. Yeah.
It never happens, but when it does happen, we need to find a Penthouse Pet worthy model in a photo set that's Penthouse magazine worthy. And it was not me. I wish I could take total credit for it, but the lady that was the creative director prior to, and I believe Anessa, who's the lady who runs our Australian counterpart, because Penthouse is magazines all over the world. We have, franchisees everywhere.
Yeah.
So the Australian lady, Anessa, I believe, is who brought us Kenzie Anne. And if I'm not mistaken, the photo layout that we had purchased on Kenzie Anne was pretty tame by Penthouse standards. And
look at the one, the untamed one.
Fucking was, dude. And like, I don't even know if we saw your puss.
I don't think you did either. I think that was
There
very
was no puss.
but no spread. I also had about this much makeup on for it because it was just my friend and I who he's like, hey, I have this house in the Pacific Palisades. You want to come shoot? Like, Marilyn Monroe used to like sing here and all this stuff. I was like, hell yeah, I'm down to go. I'm down to go to a gorgeous house on the coast. So we went there and shot, and I wasn't really I had no Penthouse Pet of the Month idea in my head. And in fact, actually, we were the house itself, we were apparently not supposed to be shooting there because it was the house that was in the middle of a divorce, and they didn't want, it was there was a naked girl here, it was a huge issue. So I'm the fact that stuff ended up printed is amazing and probably was brought up in someone's court case.
Did your photo session cause the divorce? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I didn't cause the divorce, but I think
Okay.
it solidified some sort of distribution of how things were split, I guess, possibly.
Well, speaking about distribution, the way you've distributed your career, from, again, starting off as a fashion model, actress, your Instagram, you're making that world, you're a social media influencer, you were two times a Playboy Playmate.
So I was a Playmate once, but I have made a few appearances in Playboy.
Got
Playboy Germany gave me a cover this last year. And then I did Playboy Plus twice as well. And then a couple other Playboys have just featured me online here and there. Sometimes I don't even hear about it.
Gotcha.
But it's
And by the way, let me jump in really quick, because how that happens, Kenzie, is when they shoot, whatever set they have on you or sets that they have on you, it's fair game to all the other countries. So you don't even know, but they share your folder of photos of selects. And then it's, any country can grab and use them.
Okay.
And
yeah.
so
Got it.
it's the same thing with Penthouse. Other countries can grab and use your photos.
Isn't it rare though that, a beautiful girl like Kenzie gets to be in both Playboy and Penthouse? How often does that happen? That you had a Playmate from Penthouse, Playboy become a Penthouse Pet and eventually Pet of the Year. I mean, that doesn't happen very often, does it?
In the same year, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah. No, it doesn't really happen that often, but it's more common now than ever before, because to my knowledge, I don't think Playboy puts out a magazine, but they have an online version called Playboy Plus, correct? I think.
My knowledge, yeah.
Yeah, the Playboy Plus online version.
Yeah.
Kenzie,
So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
wait,
I'm sorry.
so a lot of models, a lot of IG mainstream influencers have shot for Playboy Plus, and So for us at Penthouse, when we consider a model, we can't discount the fact that they've shot with Playboy in the past, because kind of everybody has shot with in some form or another. But if you're a Playboy Playmate and a Penthouse Pet, those are very rare to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So my little concoction is rare then. So
Yes.
It's been 1 year. So that was 2021 that I got both. Or wait, I was Pet in 2020 and then 2021 Pet of Playmate and then 2021 Pet of the Year. Okay.
And then wait, I want to say one
year.
really quick to finish what I was saying earlier. So Kenzie Anne had done this super tame layout that we purchased. And then, so these were the images that we owned on her, which were beautiful, but not like as, not explicit, but not as, they were more implied as opposed to like nude. Right. So come circle around to the Pet of the Year time. She's now like a full-blown adult star, not holding anything back. And I'm like, my vote is for Kenzie Anne. And by the way, if we, go with her, we need to do a whole new shoot on this girl, because she's smoking. And I think that we need to do the justice of a Penthouse production for this beautiful, gorgeous queen.
Well, I'm going to salute the beautiful, gorgeous queen, Kenzie Anne, with my new Puncher's Chance distance. You like the bottle?
I do. I'm going to salute you with my my pink plastic cup right now.
Thank you. This is the first time I've ever had. Kenzie, I'm setting a landmark here. This is the first time I've ever had a drink on its time.
Oh, I love that.
And also, can I make a disclaimer that we are doing this show at night, when typically we do this show
during the day. Yeah, no, it's over 6 o'clock at night. This is my little, I've had a long day. So cheers to you, Kenzie Anne.
Thank you.
Cheers to you, Sammy. Cheers to you, TJ. Let me take a sip of my sweet nectar of the bourbon gods. This is the reserve bottle, 12-year reserve. The other Puncher's Chance bottle, my normal bottle.
Oh, by the way, Kenzie Anne, he has his own brand.
It's my own bourbon line, Kenzie Anne.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
I'll talk to you about it too, because we're going to be looking for influencers starting later this year. But this is my one bottle that sells for 30.
Right there.
And this is the distance sells for 120. We only had 2,000 cases. We already sold out in 2 weeks, so it's all good. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, and let me mix it up with a little energy drink.
A little, it's time energy.
All good. So Kenzie Anne, I want to ask you a few questions, and we're very I cleared it with Sammy. Can I discuss a little bit about the income that's made in your industry and stuff? Do you mind? Not your personal.
Do you want like specific numbers, or do you want me to kind of give you?
No, not specific numbers, just an idea. Like, just roll with my questions. Anything you don't want to answer is okay.
Okay, perfect.
And I'm going to preface it as we go into how your career has gone further. So, I know I have an old girlfriend who was a centerfold, and I know a couple others, including our Octagon girls, Brittany and Ariani, who posed for Playboy. And I know in the centerfold area they used to pay like $250,000.
Bruce, I had to stop you right there.
No, I know that
we are not even having this discussion.
No. Well, we can take it to this direction, because I know what he's going to ask, but I'll say this. So while these women used to make all that money, and a lot of the time they did make it at a younger age.
That's my question. I'm wondering if it's changed since then. This is going back a few years.
Oh no, I did not even get close to getting paid that way. But I grew my platform, and I'm able to take the fan base and make money off of them myself.
Very smart.
Taking money from that. So while these other Playmates or Penthouse Pets may have got this money right away, and it was the first time they ever had all that money at once, and they may have like splurged and like done maybe something smart, maybe something stupid with it.
Right.
We're actually able to become business savvy and structure a career path out of it, where we have like continuity with our clientele. I mean, when I was a cam girl, it was the same thing. I actually used to be a hairdresser too. So it's all about like retention and keeping people around,
totally
liking you, not just for a month, not just for a year, but like for a lifetime, because they're going to follow your whole entire career path.
All business is the same. It's just the product that's different, and you're applying the same principles with you being the product now.
Yes.
And I'm sure, do you have a fans only site too? Are you on that too?
Yes, I do have an OnlyFans. That's my
OnlyFans. Excuse me.
Am I allowed to say? I don't know what like companies I'm allowed to say or not.
No, you can say anything, but it's just funny, Bruce.
Saying
You have a fans only.
Well, you
Only
know, you can tell I don't go to the site, so whatever. It's all good.
Yes, I do have a fan. I have OnlyFans site. Many vids. I have somebody who's trying to talk me into doing, because Playboy is doing the centerfold. I have somebody who's trying to talk me into doing that. Sometimes it's a little chaotic because it's like, man, I got like 5 Instagrams, like 4 Twitters. There's so much going on to run. And like, you know, you have to start employing people to like help you out and post things and respond to things and send videos out and stuff. So, you know, adding, it's kind of like, it's nice to have multiple streams of income, but it's like, you have to kind of choose where your honeypot is and like figure that out. So
absolutely. I teach branding and marketing. I have, even before I became the announcer for the UFC. And one thing you pointed out perfectly is you want to keep all your branding very similar. It's like your business card, your website, your Instagram, your Twitter should have the same name so people know where to follow you and follow all that. You also have a cosmetic brand called Kenzie Land. Is that correct?
Yes. So it's not necessarily cosmetic. I started actually producing my own videos where I started making kind of porn to music. I have a really cool video editor. Her name's Sydney, and she started working on this project with me where we would just like, we started with solo stuff and we would like put it to a song, and it was just like the climax of me coming to the climax of the song or something was really interesting. And then I eventually pulled the music out of it because I got out of a contract where I could make longer videos on my own. So Kenzie Land, the production side has been a little bit on hold, but I did make a calendar this year. I have
beautiful. It's like a gorgeous classic pinup calendar.
It is. I called it Pin Me Up. It was a pinup calendar. I actually shot the entire 12 months in one day, which like shout out Ozzy, my makeup artist, because
I love her. She shot your Pet of the Year layout.
Yes, she shot my Pet of the Year.
She did your makeup, sorry.
So Kenzie Land does a lot of different things. I have merchandise. I'm actually coming out with a lube soon. So I'm just making Kenzie Land the platform for
whatever you want to market
I want it
move.
to be.
Hey, really quick, Bruce, if you send Kenzie Anne a puncher's chance, she'll send you a calendar.
I'd rather have a picture of her with a bottle in hand saying how much she enjoyed it if she enjoyed it, along with the calendar, of course.
Okay,
there you go. That's a good trade.
Give me Kenzie Anne, send me your address. We've been communicating back and forth, and I'll make sure I'll get it out there. I might even hand deliver it, Sammy. So we'll see.
Oh, by the way, I'm not going to say you guys live in a similar neighborhood, but you live in a similar neighborhood.
Are you near the beach, Kenzie?
Oh, I moved, Sam.
I
moved. I'm away from the beach now. I used to. Yeah.
I'll get you back to the beach because I see here you traveling, dancing, singing, photography. But you surf? Do you surf?
I don't surf. I've actually never tried to surf. Isn't that sad? I'm a California girl, born and raised, and I've never stood on a surfboard.
That's okay. That's all right.
I hate how cold the water is here, and I would rather body surf and like go back and lay in the sun right again.
Well, you enjoy the beach. That's the key factor. So it's all good.
I love being sandy. I have like a guy who was like, I've never seen anybody just plop down like bikini bottom in the sand. I'm like, I grew up this way. I don't know.
Totally. It's the way it should be.
I'm still a hippie at heart.
So when you were on the set today, were you doing adult scenes in a film or were you photographing?
I was doing an adult scene. We were doing a virtual reality. So you can watch it on those like Oculus. The
Oculus things.
Hey, Kenzie, and explain to Bruce and TJ how, and you can, explain how you shoot VR, because like guide and explain, obviously what it is, and then the process of you filming it, because it's really intense.
Okay, so virtual reality, obviously you're already imagining that you have a headset on and you're experiencing me, Kenzie Anne, having sex with you. You're not going to see the guy. You might see like you're going to see his dick, maybe his hand. But basically what it is it's this, when we're filming, it's this this cube or like rectangular shaped camera with 2 lenses, and I'm staring right in the middle of it, pretending like those are your eyes. And the guy will stand right behind the camera or sit or whatever the positioning is, and I'm doing everything to him. So it's actually a sex scene where I'm like right. So I have 3 in a row. I did one yesterday. I did one today, and I'm doing one tomorrow. And I'm like at the end of it, like not to be like too graphic, but I'm like, there's times where we're literally like doing this, for like 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have good legs for the rest of my life.
Sounds like you got your
Oh my
exercise.
God, Bruce, why are you maroon color?
I'm just enjoying the interview. What can
Hey,
I say?
Sweatpants because I knew I'd do something inappropriate. Okay.
Hey, it's not inappropriate.
My top up.
It's all good. This is It's Time Radio, no holds barred radio. It's all good. And Sammy knows that I always blush a little bit, so it's
a little
okay.
bit, Bruce.
A lot of it. He's like a fucking lobster.
Hey, it's not that I can't handle it. I just blush. What can I tell you? So it's all good.
Oh, and another thing, because I have a lot of like male performers that will cycle through and stay here, you know, when they come through in town, because, you know, I have the Airbnb, and not an Airbnb, but like I let models stay here, whatever. So in speaking to guys that are in the adult industry that do these VR scenes, it's really actually physically strenuous for them, because a lot of the time they've got to lean.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn. They've got to lean all the way back, and the camera guy is like literally on their chest through their penis, kind of. So the guy's face, they have not. So they've got to keep a heart on, and not even half the time like see the girl that they're doing, because the camera and the photographer are in the way of the guy.
It's
right.
Like no communication. And also just imagine, like, I mean, most directors still in this industry are male. So you have to imagine, like, you're a guy getting, you know, whatever done to your dick, and there's a camera here, and then there's the director's right behind you, right here. Well, all this stuff is happening to your dick.
So my big question is this. My big question, listen to me, pal, my big question. So my big question is this.
About your big schlong. Oh,
calm down, Sammy. Calm down. That market research was a lot of years ago.
My drink. I'm like, so it's a beer o'clock for me.
With the guy not getting that kind of direct stimulation and satisfaction, having to stay rigid as he does for the entire length of the filming of the scene, which I assume could be a half hour, 20 minutes, an hour, whatever. Is it proper to assume that most guys, no matter how young and virile they may be, definitely have a little help, a little Cialis, a little Viagra when they're filming these scenes because of the stop-start non-stimulus to maintain their performance level?
You know,
shall we say?
I'll say that there's some people who stick to their natural parts, but I would say there's a pretty heavy reliant on pills or injections or whatever people do. And it's not so heavily influenced in the States as I've heard. It's a lot more like in Europe. If like
I've heard it's in Europe.
Like they're like, absolutely not, go inject. So that's more of an issue there. But here it's kind of give or take depending on the guy's experience. Something I've unfortunately, like, it was, maybe I shouldn't give the time frame so the guys, I mean, they already know who they are, but it's like I had this time frame. I swear I was like stuck in bad luck, where these guys that haven't worked with me will be like, oh, fresh meat, you're hot, you look fun to fuck, I'm not gonna do this today, you know, my dick's just gonna get hard. And then it doesn't.
And also,
doesn't? Looking at you, oh my God, poor
no,
guy.
but that's the opposite. Like, they get performance anxiety.
It's called male performance syndrome is the medical term for it.
Yeah, and especially if the girl's super fucking hot and is a good performer, it's too overwhelming for them. They like actually shut down and get in their head.
Got it. Mm-hmm. So with the AVN Awards, the previous awards you won, you've been in the industry now and very hot, obviously, in the industry to be nominated the way you've been. As you win these awards, does your price per scene go up? You want an award? Okay, you want me now? Boom. It's this. It's not this anymore. Is that an immediate increase in pay for you, Kenzie?
XBiz was only because of the fact that it was the new year. So before the year ended, I like got on the phone, or my agents got on the phone with me, and we were discussing sort of future plans. And I was like, hey, you know, so I started out the industry with an exclusive contract with Vixen for 9 months, ended in September, and then worked for like everyone, you know, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I don't want to work for everyone, man. Some people don't brush their teeth. You know, so
God knows what else. Yeah,
God knows what else, exactly. So I kind of like was like, okay, 2022, I'm going to be a no girl to a lot, and they're like, yes, we agree, and in fact you're going to work a little bit less on set, and we're going to increase your rate. So that kind of naturally happened given the awards, and the awards even more so. They were like, well, yeah, now obviously this is your rate. So
Right.
it does help.
Yeah.
Very cool. So now we've had past adult film stars on the show. One of my favorite, who's a friend, is Layla Sin, who was on the show. I don't know if you know Layla.
I haven't met her personally.
Yeah,
She was our pet of the year in 2000. And
yeah, really very interesting, very intelligent, Israeli girl. It's always nice to see, as you come across the same too, obviously.
Awesome.
In your heart or in your mind, you go into this industry, 2 questions.
Mhm.
Does it take away from your enjoyment of your personal sex life that you're working? Does it take away or make you too tired? Does everything still stay the same there? And how long of a career do you expect to have? I mean, what is your plans for your future in the adult film industry?
Okay, so I'd like to start off by saying I'm very single and strong in being single for a while, because I spent all of my early 20s and like I spent like till 25 being in a relationship basically.
Gotcha.
So I'm 28, I'm gonna be 29 soon. I'm still in this like keep me single phase. I mean, every now and then I'm like, oh, but like I'll keep like a few boyfriends or like even a girlfriend around, which is nice. Obviously, I'm STD tested frequently for work, so I try to mess with people who are just as conscious.
Sure.
But I would say like,
do you only date in the industry or do you date civilians?
That was one of my questions.
I see. It's so much more reliant to date in the industry, and it's kind of like I get a little terrified from civilians, because
Yeah, you don't want to go out with any UFC octagon announcers. You want to be careful, right?
Well, I like to know, I'm very open and honest, and I like to know people's like motives right off the bat. It's like I don't want someone to like, I don't know, be someone that like actually like this is like me being in my head, but I'm like, what if this guy like hates me and follows me on Instagram and just wants to fuck me for that reason? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like I'm some slut or something, like I don't want to feel used and abused. So I do keep it in the industry because it's people who understand, sexual and human touch is a vital part of our existence and our mental health. But, oftentimes sex workers are kind of pushed off to this corner of like being used and like, just kind of tossed to the side after. Like, yeah, like someone wants to cheat on somebody or something and we don't know about it. And it's like, that's what sex workers are so often used for. So I try to avoid the civilians a little more.
Very interesting answer. Is different than what I expected. Therefore, I guess I can't ask you to go to the UFC on Saturday because that'll really piss Sammy off.
Wait, okay, now hold on. Hang on. Okay, before we go
I'm a civilian, Sammy.
Okay. Yeah, but okay, hold on.
Although I will say, if Kenzie and I did a porno together, I'm guaranteeing you millions in sales. UFC fans would probably. I'm not going to do it, but I'm just joking.
No.
Oh my God! Come on, let's do it, Bruce.
Maybe I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you in a couple of years. Let me see how my career is going because I got so much stuff happening that might cause a little glitch, but it's definitely something I may fantasize and think about. So let's put it.
I don't want to watch it. I'll just straight up, Bruce. I don't want to see it.
Oh, TJ, you'll do it. You'll watch.
Nope.
And also, Kenzie Anne, I can say from personal.
Oh no! Please don't. Please don't.
Here we go. I'm getting ready to blush again. Go ahead, Sammy.
Why are you a lobster?
Can we talk about anything else? Anything?
No. Let Sammy finish what she's saying. Go ahead, Sammy.
Personal knowledge that Bruce would make an excellent male adult film star.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Well, he's got a great smile. He looks like he's got great dental hygiene, which usually says a lot about the rest of your body.
I'm talking about the bottom half.
I feel like a very embarrassed child right now. Okay.
Let me tell you one thing, Kenzie, kind of to get away from what Sammy's talking about from our market research days. As far as hygiene and everything, Kenzie, I actually have done commercials for Manscaped and all that. But I was doing that. I'm 64, okay, and I've been an athlete my whole life, but I was manscaping in my 20s before the term metrosexual was even created. I always thought you girls work so hard at being good for us and looking good for us, and I love women, so why not look good for them? I just thought that was the key. And I'm surprised that so many men took so friggin' long to get it in their heads because
I know
once you manscape, you never go back. you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's like, gosh, the things we're willing to do when you're clean down there, it's like
That's another reason too.
By the way, guys, if you want a chick to rim your a-hole.
Oh,
Yeah.
here you go.
No,
Sam.
I got other things to do right now. Jeez.
Gotta be
I'm
clean.
pouring another drink. I'm having another drink.
It's
Okay, that's
gotta
it.
be clean. Like, we'll go down there
yeah,
if it smells like Irish Spring or some kind of great soap.
exactly. Clean, not hairy. I mean, a little hair is okay, but like, gosh, I do not want to floss my teeth.
Yeah. With your hair, with your
You don't want to, in other words, you don't want to go to the dentist for a haircut. Okay, I understand. Okay.
And then also, you know what, Kenzie Anne, you did not answer out of Bruce's question.
Oh yeah.
Being in the adult industry, how has that affected you personally? Like,
Yeah, personally,
and
Kenzie.
stuff? Yeah.
So personally, it's like, so going back to where I was saying, like, I'll keep a few people around. It does affect me in the sense that I, like tonight, like one of my guys wanted to come over tonight and I'm like, dude, I just fucked Tommy Gunn today. Like that dude's still, he's so fun.
And big.
Speaking of silver foxes.
Oh, he's amazing.
Wait, who is that? Who is that?
Tommy
Look
Gunn.
him up, Tommy Gunn.
Oh, Tommy Gunn. Yeah, I've seen it.
You know Tommy Gunn. They like made a movie off of him.
Yeah.
Besides the ones he made, of course. But so it's like I'm like, I have a scene tomorrow. I'm like, I need to lay down and put like a boric acid suppository in my vagina and go to sleep,
Tell them about that. They have no idea what you
Yeah, explain that one. What is that all about?
So when we do scenes or, just in general, being with other people messes with your pH balance. Even being with the same person messes with your pH balance. Cum is not the same pH that we are supposed to be internally as women. So that's why like people will get BV or smelly or yeast infections. So in order to stay fresh, we use things like boric acid suppositories, which neutralize our vagina so we smell fresh again. And then you queef out like nasty, like, clear powder the next day when you walk your dog in the morning.
I'll tell you, man, if people don't learn stuff in this time radio, I don't know what else there is to learn. And we're definitely going over some stuff here. Let me ask you guys a question. When a young girl, not an older woman, because I know they're prone to UTIs, but if somebody gets a UTI, let's say up to the age of 40, isn't that usually because they were with a new partner or going crazy cowboy on top or something? Or is it just be caused by anything? I mean, what if a girlfriend comes back and says, I have a UTI, what's that guy supposed to think? Is she fooling around on him, or it's just one of those things?
No, I don't think necessarily it's one of those things. Like I have a sister who, even as a kid, and then she's going to be 35 soon, and like next week actually. She's prone to UTIs. She's always with them. So some people are like that. Some people like me, I get a UTI if someone does something to my butt and I wasn't clean enough and they went straight back to my pussy. I'm like, as soon as I'm paranoid. I'm like, no back and forth. There's no back and forth there. So it could be a germ thing from literally just you and that partner. You could have, it sounds crazy that this goes further than a yeast infection, but like you could get fingered with a finger that's dirty and it's going to infect that.
Oh yeah.
That's
you don't want to go south to north. You want to go north to south.
But no, not even that, but just, I am talking about dirty hands. That's a pet peeve of mine
too.
Yes.
Guys, I'm going to say this one thing. We just got done talking about manscaping and hygiene. Men listening, wash your hands, take a shower, make yourself as presentable as possible.
Let me tell you, I'll give you an example that you wouldn't even think of. So you and your date, you're a guy listening, and you're on a date with a girl. You drive your car, you touch the handle of the car, you touch the handle doorknob of the door of the front door and various other things. And then you're going to go and finger me. Yeah. Like, dude, you've just touched all these disgusting things. And you can always tell if a guy's hands are dirty, no disrespect, sorry, and not to be gross, because your pussy will sting.
And
like it would be like dingy. Yes, it burns, it stings. Yeah. So you can always tell if a guy has not, it's like, hey, so I have a whole disclaimer, go wash your hands, actually go wash yourself, go wash your asshole, go wash it all.
Why don't you just tell them to take a shower, Sammy? I think
that's what I'm saying. Get in the fucking shower.
I think actually there's nothing better than a sexual experience after both take a shower. I think it's just guns hold, free bar, no holds barred, sexual
Then
experience.
you're free to do anything. And you
Speaking
don't
of
have
disclaimers, before I forget, everybody listening, please, if you're under the age of 18, please ask mom and dad if it's okay.
Now
to
we're
listen
gonna
to
Can you take that out and put that in the beginning, TJ?
Oh, it's okay. If they're this far in, they're hooked.
If the title didn't get everyone ready for what they should be prepared for, then I can't help them.
All right, Kenzie Anne, so you got to finish up. What is the guess? I'm sorry.
Right?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It was the time length, right? But
Yeah, the guesstimation of the future of your career. What do you see for your future?
We're
aside from,
throwing all these things at her.
Yeah, well, I get paid to talk, so tell me to shut up. It's all good.
Hey, and I think we're all talkers here, maybe.
Yeah.
So as far as length of time goes, I kind of went into porn thinking I would do mainstream studios for an absolute solid 2 years and just kind of see where I'm going from there. I think I'll always stand true to this because nursing school is something I had to drop out of. And I think that it takes courage to actually know when to put something down that doesn't serve you anymore, especially if you're trying to fulfill something you felt in the past, whether it's a relationship or a career. Like, it's just important to know when to let it go, even if you loved it. Like, I loved nursing school, but it wasn't for me. And I worked really, really hard to be on the dean's list and be a good educated student and show up, but I had to let that go. And is it serving me anymore? I mean, I'm organized. I know how to set goals. I know how to meet goals. But, so I definitely predict a solid 2 years in my career, but that will not be the end of adult film in general for me. Because I see myself kind of leaning towards, whatever, making toys, producing, directing, maybe picking up a camera myself. I have no idea, but I like to keep my options open because, man, I'm 29, I'm 28, and I've had so many careers already. I obviously get bored and I need to keep myself
challenged,
exactly, and artistically flowing too. So
I resemble that explanation. I'm in the same boat. When you build a brand and you work from your base, which for me has been the UFC, I have so many different areas of revenue streams and products and this, and it's just getting more so, and film and TV. That's part of it. That's called a successful career, Kenzie Anne. So just focus on it, brand it, work it, and work it to the best of your abilities. The world's your oyster right now. You're 28 years old. You're beautiful. You're in demand. I mean, you wake up every morning probably kissing the ground that you step on when you get out of bed. It's like, enjoy that feeling. Just nourish it.
And also kissing her dog, who's the cutest thing in the world.
Come here, girl.
Let's check out the dog. We love animals.
Oh yeah, no. Wait till you see this gorgeous pup.
You need to see her. Come here, girl.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Like her mother.
She's a fun girl, nice girl. It's amazing. Every guest we've had on the show from the adult and film industry, much less Penthouse or Playboy, I've been very impressed by every guest that we've had.
We had one that I just did not like very much.
Which one was that, TJ?
I'm not going to say on the air. We'll talk.
How can he say on the air? You're so crazy.
Yeah, you just said that. It's like,
we had someone at the old.
Now
at the
every
old
girl that's
studio.
ever been on the show is going to be like, was it me?
Actually, I don't even know if Sam brought her into the studio. Might have been someone that Crave brought in.
Oh, I did.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know. She flipped out.
She did. Yeah.
Which one? Which one?
We'll talk off the air, Bruce. I'm not going to say on the air. My goodness. Jeez.
Okay, so this is Lola.
Oh, she's beautiful. Husky, right?
Yes, she's a husky. She is so sassy too. Like, when I got home from work just now, I went to take her to go potty, and like I get in the elevator and there's two guys in there, and she's just like, whoa, like I haven't been let out yet. I appreciate it. She'll stay here for the rest of the show, I'm sure.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. By the way, Sammy, Kenzie's really nice. She's going to sign a picture of my brother Brian, who happens to have two of her covered.
No, actually, Kenzie Anne, remember when I texted you and I said my friend Brian was trying to order something off your website?
Oh, yes.
That was Bruce's brother.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, so did he end up getting it? Because
he got your calendar, I believe.
Cool. Because I've switched I have a few different like people who like help me. So I have like a place where I sell like my magazines that aren't mine, that are like Penthouses or Playboy, whatever. And then I have like Kenzie Land website, which is like my merch. So
that he got it off your website.
Okay, perfect. Good.
Mm.
Good. Yeah, I love my calendar.
That's very nice. Thank you so much for that, Kenzie. And again, I need an address and you bottle puncher's chance. I expect a calendar and a little video maybe saying you like it and when you like it. And I'll be happy to deliver it personally. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's
He's not
not.
kidding.
He's not kidding. And okay, let's go back to, okay, so you're going to take Kenzie Anne to the Anaheim UFC?
Yes, you are.
No, wait, whoa.
Oh, I know I'm in deep shit now. Go ahead.
Okay, no, like I would forego my seat, but then for her, only for her. But then that makes me think, you always say that you don't have tickets and and they're so expensive and ba. So if you can find one, then you can find two.
Let's put it this way. If I can find a ticket for Kenzie, I'll find one for you and I'll let you guys know on Friday. I cannot promise anything, okay? But she can't go. She's got the AVN Awards.
Oh, fuck. Okay, when's the next one?
The next one, maybe one time we'll go to Vegas together and we'll do a show there or whatever. We've been asking me forever, so we'll see, okay? We'll talk about this. We'll talk about this later.
Vegas. I love tequila. We're best friends.
Oh, and by the way,
wait, you love who? You love who?
Tequila, Bruce. Tequila.
Oh, tequila. Oh, okay, cool.
I mean.
Yeah, I'll get The Rock to set aside a case of his Tremania for us. It's actually pretty good tequila. Anyway, listen.
Vegas, it's going to be a reunion, Bruce. That's where we did our market research.
Show prep.
I can just imagine what this market research will be like. Okay,
Market research, you have to study the market and then you bring a front. No, it's show prep. It's show prep. I've been saying it for a decade.
It's the wrong term for fucking 14 years. Well, not that long because we didn't do it.
No, Sammy, it is right there.
All kidding aside, maybe we'll take a video to be put in a time capsule and released in about 10 years when I stop working.
10 years. Okay.
Hey guys, do you like diamonds? You like black diamonds?
Sure.
Absolutely.
You're sending us some?
There she goes. Okay. I had a bracelet made with the UFC logo with black diamonds before I even knew black diamonds existed, and the DiCaprio movie was released shortly thereafter, and I kind of hated myself for getting black diamonds, but I love black diamonds. There is a 555.55 carat black diamond that has fallen from space, they believe, that is being sold at Sotheby's. Right? Get this, because they're finding diamonds in space. Like one of the asteroid that's approaching the Earth, they said it's full of ores and diamonds and all this stuff. Anyway, 555 carat diamond, which should probably sell around 13,000 a carat. That's 7.2 million for this diamond they're auctioning off.
So you're getting it for us?
Yeah, well, I think it's the only way I'd get you both to go to Vegas is I'd have to give you something, right?
Oh, by the way, speaking of asteroids coming from space with diamonds and shit, did anybody see Don't Look Up on Netflix?
I loved it. I loved it.
It was so fucking good, dude. I loved it. And of course, you have to stick around for the credits because there's the two hidden scenes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did I not watch the two hidden scenes?
Probably not.
Wow, I didn't stick around for the credits. I missed that too.
Oh my God, we were too busy making our time capsule porn.
Okay, so you want to know can I tell you what it is? And it's a spoiler alert if anybody doesn't want to hear.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to rewatch it.
Okay, but I mean, just people listening.
Go ahead.
Okay, so during the credits, the spacecraft of the president and that strange Steve Jobs Tesla type guy, and you know the lucky few that made it off of Earth before it blew up with the comet.
Right.
They land on the.
Oh yes. Sorry, I'm sorry.
They all get out naked, and then it eats Meryl Streep, the president, and then he goes, "Oh, so that's what a brontosaurus is," because they had predicted that was how she was going to die with the algorithms. And then the very last one is Jonah Hill, whatever the Jonah kid,
Jonah Hill,
the son of the president. The very last scene is he comes out of rubble, still holding his mother's purse and going, "Mom, mom." Mom, and then he pulls out his phone. He's like, "Hey," and he starts like streaming to no one. He's like, "Like and subscribe. I'm the last man standing."
Like Jonah Hill's character in that film is so dislikable. It's amazing. Like he does such a great job at making people hate him.
He's so great. So see the movie, everybody.
I did watch.
No, I highly recommend that movie.
Yeah.
What do you watch, Kenzie, when you're not working? Like if you want to watch like some traditional film, what do you watch at home?
I feel like I, for a very long time, like wasn't a Netflix girl because I used to be a cam girl for a while. So anytime I had free time, I was sitting on my bed masturbating. So now that now that I actually get to like come home and eat dinner and sit on my couch, I like picked up on like I watched Dexter finally. I
Loved it. It was great.
I'm watching Californication right now, which my friend Zeta Voss is on, and I had no idea. Like she's like, what? Like, I mean, that was so long ago now. And I'm like, what the heck? I had no idea you were on this show. And I guess just kind of like more feel good, like relatable shows like that. Cause I don't know. Until someone gives me a movie recommendation, I'm not really like one to seek out because I'm not, as much as I'm in entertainment, I'm not like paying enough attention to pop culture.
I'll give you another one I mentioned the other day on the phone, but on the show, the last
phone. Duel. You guys been talking on the phone? What's going on here?
Kenzie and I have been talking. Of course.
Okay. All right.
Now we're talking. I was saving the talk for today. We'll talk after.
Okay, I'm gonna write this down. What did you say?
The Last Duel with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Oh yeah, I want to
really good.
I can't see those two work together anymore without thinking of Good Will Hunting.
They're the acting they both do in this is completely different. They prove themselves as they've proven many times, the fine actors that they are. Check it out. All right, listen, you mentioned something, Kenzie. You used the term, a popular term amongst all of us in the world is called masturbation. Okay. We don't have any sex questions for today's show.
Okay.
Yeah, we normally
calm down, Kenzie. You don't have to do anything. I'm not a director today. Start the scene, okay?
I have.
I mean, that might give us another million views for the show. So whatever you want to do.
Explain how we take questions, Bruce, on the show.
We don't have questions now, but I want to ask a question. A question that has come up in conversation.
Okay.
How do you feel about people? Let's talk women.
Okay.
That don't masturbate. In other words, they're sexually active, but they're not in tune with themselves to where they're comfortable doing that. And the only relief they get is when they're actually with a partner. Is that a sign into their personality, or is it healthy?
Just real quick, did Sam just get motivation to go do like what happened to Sam?
No idea, but we'll let Kenzie go on.
So Kenzie, I'm gonna go back.
I'm back.
All right.
So how do you feel about maybe man or woman? But let's just deal with women.
Okay.
Is that a sign into their attitude towards sexuality, or is it just how do you think that? Because I think it's the healthiest thing in the world for men and women both.
I'll say this. I grew up with a friend, and all my friends and we would just we all bought like our first vibrators together. We were all like so openly like sexual, even like with each other. My first person I ever had sex with was a girl that she's actually tattooed on my foot. I can't move my foot that way. Emily.
Is the first guy tattooed on your other foot?
It wasn't important. But so we did have this one friend though who just never chimed in, and was never talking really that much about it. She lied about her virginity and when she lost it and all that stuff. And she claims that she never masturbated. And kind of as we've all gotten older, she's really shied away from talking about sex at all. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a comfort thing. And I'm not sure if it's a front of they don't masturbate or they haven't been able to tap into their own body. Cause the second I learned how to masturbate, I was actually in Emily's bedroom. We used to ride on each other's thighs and role play when we were kids. And I mean, I hope that's not inappropriate. I'm not trying to make this weird. I'm just saying
I don't think after what we talked about so far that's in any way inappropriate.
Oh, and by the way,
I just don't want to the pubescent part of it. But so that's where I had my first orgasm, and gosh, I couldn't stop masturbating. I loved doing it. And it's then all of a sudden giving yourself your first orgasm, it's then you realize when you have sex with a guy and you have your first orgasm with a guy, and then he can make your orgasm last so much longer where you might stop on your own. I feel maybe, and I'm obviously not a girl who doesn't masturbate. I feel maybe these people just don't know their bodies well enough. Or perhaps. Or
also they were just raised really repressed.
Do you guys remember the last question we had on the last SNR show? It was about a girl who had stumbled upon I think it was her boyfriend's porn collection, and she felt like the fact that he was doing that without her made her feel like she wasn't adequate enough, and the fact that he would do that without her knowledge was some sort of betrayal. And I think we all three agreed that, like, even if a dude is completely satisfied, he's probably going to go do that because that's part of what dudes do for the most part. So, like, I think some women, Bruce, like you're talking about, when they isolate themselves to only getting that satisfaction for being active, they have some sort of like ideology about what it is to reach that pleasure by themselves as being dirty or wrong. And like, I think in the modern era, most people aren't, really,
I can see
thinking
that.
it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I can see that. It's not that it's a bad thing. I can see that. Or then there's just the type that basically that's what they need. They need a physical counterpart to achieve all they want to achieve, and that's their preference.
Right.
So it can go both ways around, I would assume.
Yeah.
I mean,
There should be a stigma, right? Like there just shouldn't be a stigma about it.
no,
There shouldn't be a stigma about anything.
No, there should be a stigma about anything. Listen, it's all about what you love, what you like to do, and it's about a good partner that can take you out and help you experience your fantasies and experience and wider than the experience you've already had. There's nothing better than a good partner who keeps you going like that, because that's going to create a long life of healthy sexual activity between you two as a couple. You know, and as we always say, as I'm really big on creating the romance. I love creating the romance, whether it's flowers, or rather roses on the floor leading to the tub, whatever, all those different scenarios. You got to spice it up.
There's this Playboy, I must have read it when I was like 14 years old. There was an article in Playboy called Making a Sandwich. And it was about, it's like you can have a snack if you want to, but you're not going to get that. That's like pumping your dick into a girl for 3 minutes and not giving her an orgasm is your snack. And that's unfair, because what's going to get her off and you off even more is the text you sent her while you guys were away, and foreplay, the dinner you had, or the whatever it is to make something special before sex. And then obviously foreplay and stuff too, but it's the difference of a snack and a sandwich, basically.
This is one of the reasons that modern day technology with texting and stuff, I think, has killed a little bit of foreplay romance. I always like to kid that I give great phone, and I think the phone call, the build up, the conversation, the dinner, all that just leads up to the ultimate experience that we're all looking to search for. And that gets back to being romantic and having a little bit of, style, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all confidence that really gets each other off. So, you have the confidence to make sure that you're staying on my mind all day while I'm at work and I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, oh my God, look what he just texted me. And I might not respond, but I have a smile on my face thinking about what's going to happen later. That's hot.
That's the perfect situation. That's when I know I'm in store for a great fun evening. So, I'm with you all the way. Kenzie, before we close out the show, tell us anything you want to talk about, promote anything you want to talk about, anything you want to say, let us know the Instagram, whatever's going on, please.
So my @ everywhere is Miss Kenzie Anne, MissKenzianne. I'm on a lot of different platforms. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram mostly. I'm on OnlyFans. I'm on ManyVids. I'm on Pornhub. Miss Kenzie Anne everywhere. I honestly, I feel like I always have something going on that by the time it's actually asked, I'm like, ooh, I can't talk about this yet. So I do have some things that, it's a constant evolution of change. So I would just say keep up with me, because I'm always like, I rarely have the downtime of something not happening, especially in the last year and a half. So
it's true.
You're on a mission, Kenzie.
I
make
am
it happen.
Yeah,
Congratulations. Seriously, I wish you all the best for your career, but I'll go in more into that when I sign off.
Thank
Sammy,
yeah.
What's up?
This is Mr. Mew. Say hi.
He's been back before. How are you, buddy?
Hi. This wasn't the one that was showing the ass. That was Miss. Now I have a menagerie of them here. Okay, so follow me. Instagram, it's Sam's Pajama Party. Twitter, it's The Single Life. It's everything that Bruce says that you should not do. Facebook is Sammy Phillips. Girl, I'm 55. When I got into the social media, I had several accounts, and then, one just took off more, and then I didn't, whatever the fuck. It's
That's
just
true.
all different. So.
Well, and it's pretty impossible for people to have consistent platforms because of getting deleted anyway.
Yeah.
So, fact that I'm Miss Kenzie Anne right now, like I need to like count my blessings there.
I just stop you and everybody look at her fucking dog in the back. It was just staring straight at the camera. It was
And now she's like, no, I wasn't.
I gotta say, you and your dog make a very beautiful couple. That dog
I
is
know.
gorgeous. Yeah.
She is so cute. The way it's like funny because people, like, people look like their dogs, and while we might not be the same colors, like when we're walking, like she sways her hips, and I'm like, oh my god, you have the same walk as me.
Hey, Kenzie, walking and all, do you ever get tired of being hit on and the attention that you get just in your normal daily life, forgetting your professional life? Does it ever like be too much for you? Or do you say, oh, like I always say to girls, like, they'll say, why are they always looking at me? Why are they? And I say, you know what? Start worrying about that when they're not.
Yeah.
I
mean, I obviously, like, there was a time in my life where I toned down my voice a little bit. I didn't dress as cute because I've had people in my life who were a little bit uncomfortable with my light. So I definitely dimmed myself a bit. So I would like to say that I am loud and proud, and I know the attention I'm getting when I'm getting it. But however, for safety reasons, there's times where it's annoying as hell. I mean, it's like when I go out, it's like I'll wear this outfit taking my dog out for a walk in the morning, but like right now when I go take her out, I'm gonna put on black sweatpants and a giant hoodie, when I have my taser with me. But I will say I had a guy that would cam with me who had a really good what's the word I'm looking for? Would analogy be the right term for this?
Yeah.
He's like, a hot girl is like a guy walking around with a wad of cash in his hand. You know what I mean? It's like, exactly why someone's approaching you. And yes, I mean, Sam knows how it is too. It's like you go somewhere and sometimes it's like, you can entertain it for a little bit, but at the end of the day, like, this isn't really why I came out. I came out to, hang out with my girlfriends and be stupid and,
right.
Dance on the floor like an idiot.
Right.
And, but we're very aware of the attention we grab. Doesn't go over our heads. A lot of the time I like to exude that it does so that people don't think I'm like, oh yeah, I see you. I know. Just like, and yes, I know. Yeah. It's the laugh too. It's the voice. I walk in a room.
It's the voice. It's the laugh. It's another day.
The entire package.
It's another day at the office.
Exactly.
Well, TJ, let us know how you feel when everybody's hitting on you all day long.
It's just constant work, You can't look like this by just waking up every day and doing nothing. I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of work, and I work hard for it, and I appreciate you recognizing that. No, follow me on Twitter at TJ DeSantis. The cool kids call it the Gram. I'm at TJ DeSantis there as well on Instagram. And what's going on Friday? UFC Fight Pass is your home for Jorge Masvidal's all new MMA promotion called Icon FC. I'll be on the call with Pearl Gonzalez. It starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, so that's 4 p.m. Pacific. Watch that, and then less than 24 hours later, quick turnaround, we'll be live from the Honda Center in Anaheim ahead of UFC 270, breaking down this heavyweight title unification bout between Francis Ngannou and Ciryl Gane. We'll be immediately live again following the pay-per-view broadcast for extra round. So if you're in the Honda Pond, please come say hello. Otherwise, watch on Facebook or check out the archive anytime at UFC Fight Pass.
Very cool. Sammy, look how busy TJ's getting, doing shows, traveling.
I'm so proud of him.
So proud. Yeah, it's so cool.
Thanks. I'm exhausted. I didn't sleep last night. So, I was just kind of caught in the days here.
Don't let anybody know. Just do your job, my friend.
Right.
Just get out there and get it done.
I'm good, Buff. This is the perfect show. I can just sit back and be embarrassed for you guys.
For an hour. And then
right, exactly. No, it was a good time. Hey, we gotta have Kenzie back on so we can do like a proper SNR show where we get questions and all that business on the road.
Kenzie was going to ask you, would you mind coming back? Or would you enjoy coming back on with us and when we have sex and relationship questions?
It's so out of the way for me. I would absolutely love to. I think that'd be a great time.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, listen, Kenzie Anne, TJ, thank you. Congratulations on all that. Before I go into my sign off, I will see everybody from the UFC Octagon on Saturday for the big UFC 270 show. Ciryl Gane, Francis Ngannou fighting for the heavyweight championship. The flyweight title with Brandon Moreno, Davison Figueiredo, who've banged and fought each other before. It's going to be off the hook along with the rest of the card.
Real quick, Bruce, like I appreciate you bringing up that co-main event because it's hyperbolic to say it's the biggest UFC fight card of the year because it's the first pay-per-view. But this sets the bar so high for this new year, and it's going to be a phenomenal night.
As I always say, if you're a UFC fan, unless your sister's getting married or somebody's getting married, you got to be somewhere, or God forbid, a
Right.
funeral.
You can
Don't miss
download
the
it
show.
on Fight Pass. You watch right there on your phone, so there's no excuse.
Exactly. Do you two take this for, your wife? And I'm looking at my phone. Hey, go
Right.
Ngannou or go Cyril, whatever.
Exactly.
All good. Sammy, as always, a pleasure to have you on the show, my friend. Love you, honey, and I wish you all the best. We'll be on again next month, and maybe we'll be
And
back
we're going to
Kenzie Anne
be in
next month.
Vegas, right? Aren't we
Yes.
all?
Okay, that's gonna be. I'll tell you what. That's gonna be a goal for this year. How's that? Depending on my
Hey,
personal life and
yeah.
everything, that'll be a goal for this year.
I'm just saying, March 5th, Jorge Masvidal, Colby Covington, T-Mobile
yeah,
Arena.
that's a big one right there. We'll talk
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, our
Okay.
birthdays will be right around there, right?
Would you be into that, Kenzie? Would you be into taking a trip to Vegas with Sammy?
Yeah, and my birthday's February 25th, so that's
Calm down, calm down, calm down,
wonderful birthday gift for me.
Calm down,
Yeah,
Simba.
mine's March 9th. We're both Pisces. You're hitting like the middle of our birthday, so it's great.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to take a ton of vitamin B for this weekend. Okay, I got it. Okay, we'll talk about it. How's that?
Okay.
As long as I know there's interest, then there's always a chance.
There we go. Look at a lobster.
No,
And-
you're supposed to say to me like Jim Carrey. So you mean there's a chance? Yes, there's a chance. Okay. Got it.
I love our cat and dog right now, Sam. They're like,
like,
They're like, when's this show gonna be over, mommy? Come scratch me. Okay, well the show's about to be over. Kenzie Anne, pleasure having you on the show. Wishing you all the best of success for your career, enjoyment, and whatever passion you put into it. Not from the obvious, but to the mental passion of loving what you do. I think it's great. I love seeing people love what they do. So thank you for coming on the show. We will have you back. I'll get you a bottle of Puncher's Chance, and we'll talk about a Vegas trip with Sammy, and we'll figure something out.
yay! All right, perfect. Well, I had a great time.
Separate rooms, of course. Yeah.
me and Kenzie Anne will be in one room.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
And then we'll come and visit you, Bruce. Oh, another good thing about going to
That's why
Vegas-
God made connecting doors. Go ahead.
Yes,
go.
yes, you did.
Another great thing about Bruce Buffer and going to Vegas with him, like he said in the beginning of the show, the manscaping. Oh, girl, we will have an appointment in the spa. You and
Yes,
I, he'll
Good.
sit us down there. We'll get it all handled.
Cool. That's the only way in Vegas.
You mean I'll get it all handled? Okay, I got it. Okay.
Yes, Bruce will get it all handled for us.
I'm a hands-on kind of guy. Okay, on that note, thank you again. Really appreciate it. Kenzie, look forward to meeting you in person soon. Sammy, I look forward to seeing you again soon. TJ, maybe one day I'll see you at my house.
I love you.
There we go.
Like
He
what?
looks concerned.
All right, everybody.
I gotta go.
Everybody have a great week. This has been a fun show. I wish we could have another wish I could talk. I wish we had another hour to go over this. So with that being said, everybody set your goals, write them down. So when you step on that path, you're the best you can be, because that's what we're all about on It's Time Radio. It's about winning. So be the best you can be, do your research, and just get it done. Kenzie Anne, thank you again so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sammy, really appreciate you. TJ, I appreciate you. Love everybody. Love our listeners. Buffer out. I can continue to talk. This is a fun show.
Bye.
Bye.